have to share the one in the middle room. Elevations to everyone in the collective. I hope y'all have had an amazing Monday. Happy Monday to everyone in the collective. Happy full moon day. Happy Mercury retrograde. The energy is wild, right? Are people acting crazy today or strange, or is it just me? Who knows? Okay. I can feel it in the energy here. It kind of got off to a little bumpy start, but not too much. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and clear the energy collective as we have already done our formalities earlier. And we're going to get into this Mercury retrograde full moon energy and see what's in the energy. Oh, child. I have on my music collective. And the music played here, no copyright infringement, is my own creation. You see, made by me, okay? And me is my alter ego, M.E. It stands for the Melanin Empress, aka the Cocoa High Priestess. I have many altars. Anyways, collective, we're going to get into the energy read. So, the channel song today is no doubt Gwen Stefani's It's My Life. And it's funny that this came up because with this Mercury retrograde taking full effect on the karmic energies, and like I said earlier, it's kind of like holding them back, holding them at bay here because they're suffering through their karma. A lot of people in karmic energy from your past here, they can't move forward, throw stuff at you, or come back around in your life even though they want to, because they are too busy being dealt their hands of karma here, okay? Mercury retrograde is real busy with the karmics and the energy. Real busy. So, with that being said, this gives you time to like seize the moment, seize the day, carpe diem here, to take like the reins of life. And it's like you can move about freely. It's like the obstacles in most of your lives, most of our lives were the karmic people from our past here. Family members that we've disconnected from, lovers, husbands, wives, children, jobs, careers, communities, all of that. So these karmics are being held at bay for their betrayal to us in the collective. And while that is happening, it's like we need to take full advantage. And although things are kind of like, they feel kind of out of sorts or out of order here, as I stated earlier, that is because we're so used to like things going good and then always having to brace ourselves for something to be in the way, something to happen, something to fall apart, things to go wrong. But that's the karmic energies that we're throwing obstacles and blockages and stagnations and putting people in jars and stuff like that. And so since we don't have to deal with that, Mercury retrograde is dealing with them as it sees fit for per karmic. We have all this time freed up here. And so most of you may feel like, I don't know what to do. Like you may get done with your daily tasks very early here, or you may get done or accomplish a goal very quickly here. And then you may feel like you're stagnated. Like what else? Like, am I doing something wrong? But that is because a lot of our nervous systems have to relax. We have to reset our nervous systems here. I do have a tone for that, a frequency, music, just a little snippet that I created for that here. But it's like our nervous system is settling down, and a lot of us in the collective are not used to a calm nervous system here. We're always having to brace ourselves, even when we know that we're doing everything right here in our lives. It's like we always can expect something to happen, but that's the karmic energies here. Hey Kerwin. Hey Kerwin, how you doing today? Rough start to my Monday, but you know, hopefully yours has been good, eventful, productive. So with that being said here, the channel song that I got is No Doubt, made in 2003. What's up, No Doubt? One of my favorite bands back in the days when I was a teenager here. And the song is It's My Life. And the song goes, I'm not going to sing it. I'm not about to sing it. But it's Gwen Stefani, and she says, it's funny how I find myself in love with you. If I could buy my reasoning, I'd pay to lose. One half won't do. And I've asked myself, how much do you? And then she says, commit yourself. And it's a question mark. And then she say, oh, it's my life. Don't you forget. It's my life. It never ends. And then she goes on to further say, funny how I by myself, I never knew. So this is basically what this song is talking about. What she's talking about in this song is like, you are the main character in your life. Jeffrey Huggins, I already sent out my prayers for the Middle East and everything that's going on there, for all the victims, everybody that are innocent bystanders there. I've already sent out my prayers multiple times earlier this morning, yesterday, and when the events took place here. Okay, so we definitely can all send out our prayers to those in the Middle East here, those that are innocent bystanders, that are victims of unforeseen circumstances that they have no control over. You know, we just have some really wicked leaders in this world. I'll be glad when the motherfuckers fall. I'm telling you the truth. I'll be glad when they fall. Okay? Really. So my heart goes out to anybody that has family, friends, loved ones, anybody living abroad over there in those areas here. We could definitely send out prayers, wishes, and blessings of protection here for those out there in those areas. Okay? So definitely. Ashe, 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 ashe. So as I was stating here, it like that song is talking about main character energy, right? It's like, with you being the main character in your life, a lot of the times we blind ourselves to the stuff that people do to us here. And when we do that, we do this willingly here because we want to see the best in people, right? And we blind ourselves to the bullshit. And what we end up doing here is accepting the breadcrumbs, the lesser, the unrequited love, the you know, just the mediocrity of a person, what they have to give to us, or what it is that we feel like that we are deserving of. And the moment that we do that, we move ourselves out of our own lives. We move ourselves out of being main character energy in our own lives, and we become a what do you call it? A stand-in. We could become a sidekick. We become a background. We become an extra in our own movie here. Okay, that's what that song is talking about here. The moment that we accept less than what we are worthy of from another person in our lives is the moment that we decide to play an extra in our own movie that we should be the main character in. One of my sayings that I like to say is, if you give someone a significant role in your life, okay, and there are certain tasks and duties here, that things that you are expecting of that person, you give them access to you in your life. They have a particular role, a very important one, right? For those of us that let people close to us, right? And it's like for them to not fulfill the basics of those duties here, it just shows that they are underqualified. The moment that we accept that, we let that person who we have hired to be in our life become the boss, and we become their role. This is also a part of destiny swap, and this is kind of what that looks like as well. Okay. Well, thank you. Child, clock time. Law is not justice. And so this is the same energy like here with us as a people, right? We forgot that we, the people, give the people in the positions of power the power. We had to say so on, at one point in time, you know, we have to say so on what it is that we desire, what it is, the outcome that we wanted in our lives here, and what it is that we expected the leaders, so-called leaders, to do as far as their roles, being able to pull enough strings to do what it is that we require in our lives here. Laws were supposedly initially made for the protection of the people's voice and the people's wishes and desires here, as we are the ones that put them in power, right? So we are the main characters in this earth school, on this plane of existence, right? The moment that we start letting them tell us what they what they desired here. And we're talking about one person that is making up their own rules, their own laws, their own executive orders here for a collective of people, nations of people. You hear me? Regions of people. The moment that we allowed them to do that, we allowed them to become the boss, the force in our life, the main character. They pushed us off into the side piece or extra, the role of playing an extra here in the shit that is our lives. Okay? These are our lives that we have to live on this plane of existence. It's not theirs, right? And remember, it used to be we the people, but it still is, but it somehow we forgot that. We got away from that, right? And so it's the same case scenario here. And that, my friends, is an example of destiny swapping on a grand scale. See what I'm saying? So take that as it resonates. Collective, as y'all come into the chat, be sure to hit that like button at the very, very, very least, okay? Oh, my Lord. These cards, they don't want to do right. Mortality, I just seen. That energy has been coming out really, really, really heavy here. Really heavy. Death energy, death angel, mortality. The death card, Scorpio energy here. Golly. Holy Spirit, Divine Spirit, ancestors of my highest good, Spirit guides, Most High God, Source, and Higher Self. Give me the energy for the collective. Child. Look, clock time came out anyways. It's in the reverse. Time, pressure, in a rush. So it's in the reverse. This could be that people are out of time here. This could be that we have time. We have more time than what we think. This could be that time is a fallacy here. This could be no more delays here. Also, that's what I'm getting with that time in the reverse. That clock time, that means the clock has stopped moving here. So this is also, this is synchronizing what I said at the beginning of this live, right? And earlier, right? A lot of us, we have to get used to our nervous systems being calm. And in this Mercury retrograde, plus this full moon energy, so y'all know the karmic's going to be doing their stupid karmic stuff, but the Mercury retrograde is slapping that shit right back in their face here. And it's like, everything is going well, and we just like, have you found yourself sitting like just irritated or nervous or anxious for no reason here, even though you've done everything right, even though everything has went smoothly? If you found yourself feeling like that, that's because you're so used to, your nervous system has been falsely programmed or coded to always expect problems, to always expect something to go wrong. The karmics are too busy to have something go wrong at this time. They're too busy with Mercury retrograde and the karma that is serving out on them here. And that's why a lot of karmics are trying to come back into our energy especially during Mercury retrogrades, because they know that there's not only a problem with communication and technological devices and stuff, but there's a problem. If there's a problem with communications, when they're chanting these spells and doing these spells, there's a problem with communication. You get what I'm saying? So if we're not doing spell work, we have nothing to worry about, collective. We say a couple of protection spells, pray to God, gratitudes and appreciation, and we keep on moving forward in our life as we are supposed to, as we usually do here. However, the karmics that are out here chanting and reading these spells and writing petitions, there's a problem with communication. So they are miscommunicating what it is that they want, or they are desiring or trying to throw towards the collective. Therefore, I'm telling you, this is why I don't fuck with spell work, collective. Excuse my language, right? Apologies, Quinlan. This is why I don't fool with spell work, because some spell work, most spell work, it requires for you to be for you to pronunciate. You have to be able to pronunciate each word, each vowel, each syllable, okay? And with Mercury retrograde, there being miscommunication, misinterpretation in the energy, right? They are doing what? Misinterpreting, mispronunciating, mispronouncing, and misinterpreting messages and spell work that they're throwing at the collective. And therefore, in that sense, it equals backfire. It equals automatic backfires here. That's what Mercury retrograde is doing. And y'all know it's a full moon here. I don't know if that's the same for all of you. You may be in different parts of the world. But It's a full moon. So you know they're going to try and take advantage of the full moon energy and try and do the most of their spell work, their biggest, grandest wizardry and spell work and witchcraft that they want to throw at someone in the collective. However, there's a problem with miscommunication, misinterpretation, which includes the spell work that they're throwing out. Backfires, automatic backfires. That's what's going on here. Okay. So we have lead the way in the reverse. Like somebody can know. I'm telling you what I love. These karmic energies, baby. Mercury retrograde tearing them a new one. I'm telling you right now. And although we kind of feeling like the little, like the fizzling out of the old spell work that they doing, because most of them are trying to reinforce their spell work with this Mercury retrograde, with the full moon, and then all this other powerful energy portals and stuff like that. We just had a 2/26/26 portal. You know what I mean? Like they're trying to reinforce or renew certain spells here, but Mercury is in retrograde. See what I mean? So there's a miscommunication with the spell work. There's a misinterpretation of what they should do on certain cycles here, okay? So that equals backfire. And it's whatever they're sending out is going to backfire right on them immediately here, okay? So I feel like with the lead the way, they no longer have the lead role in your life, collective. These karmics are being put in their place here. They not main character energy in your life. And this is another thing that I like to say, like, this is why I stopped. I never really care, but you know what I'm saying? Like, seriously, I care, but I'm really in this energy of I don't care, because I realize, like the song says, it's my life. Don't you forget. It's my life. It never ends. I seen that mortality card here, and you have choices, collective, here in your life. There is no reason why all these karmic energies, hating, bitter exes, the karmic soulmates, the third party masculine and feminines, their group of freaking pick me's and you know, followers and band-togethers and people that don't have a spine, can't think for themselves. There's no reason why they should have a say-so in how our life goes. They gonna learn this Mercury retrograde. I bet you that. Because these backfires are about to be brutal, because it's like Mercury retrograde is already handing out karma on their ass. It's already doing that. They're already suffering from the karma of past things that they have done. And they're stuck in that. But yet, it never fails. It's always going to be some out there that just refuse to stop. And they see that full moon and they misinterpret it as a get out of jail free card, or a reason, or a way, or a portal to throw magic at the collective. Misinterpretation. What's this lead the way in the reverse with the clock time in the reverse? Like, these people can no longer cause delays in your life. They can no longer take the lead in your life and cause delays in your life. It's like some people out there have been scripting your life, like literally writing down. If you know anything about scripting and magic, or any type of petitions and stuff like that, that's people scripting. They are scripting. And if you don't know how to look for or what to look for here, people, yeah, there's just certain stuff that I ain't gonna tap in. I feel, child, look, set your course, collective. This is your chance to take the reins of your life here, and this is gonna thrust you forward. I'll take full advantage of these times like this, right? It's like moving forward, like set your course. It says, know where you wish to go, have a plan and the right direction. Set your intentions already. Take advantage of the karmics being held at bay. The moon spells, they finna fuck them up. Like, if they thought they were going through karma already, it's finna fuck them up. Yep. It's gonna force these people to have an ego death or grow up. It's gonna be like, grow up, accept defeat. Only losers and immature people will not accept defeat here. Word magic, all that. It's also called script magic too, though. It's different forms of magic. Different forms of magic. There's magic in music and everything here. I'm telling you what I love, baby. Spirit telling you, now is the time. Whatever it is that you wanted, that you felt like people kept thwarting your efforts and stuff, and like Like some of you could be in the collective like me, feeling like no matter what I do, these people are constantly going to get in the way of what it is that I'm trying to receive, that I have worked hard for. Not this, not in this, take the lead here. They no longer have the lead. I feel like you're in the lead, collective, in your own life though. This is putting you back in main character energy. It's saying set your course here. And then it's also saying never jam today here. Don't put off today. Don't put off to tomorrow what can be done today. So intention, setting our intentions high. This could be prayers. This could be you writing out what it is that you are set to accomplish here next week, in the next 2 weeks, in the next month. We are given a time to not get a head start, but get back on our course at the point where we should have already been at by this moment. You get what I'm saying? So never jam today. Promises that never come to be, empty words, not living in the now. Okay? Not living in the now to set your course here. Taking full advantage. Because these karmic, they're being delayed. They don't have no time. They have no time. Okay? They have no time to be the lead in your life. They can't get ahead of you in your life. They can't put themselves ahead of you on your course here. Okay? They're too occupied. Sorry, name Mallory. What you tell her to do? Oh, it's 7:41. I'll give her a little bit more time. Did you eat? Kai?
No, I have cavities.
What do that have to do with you eating?
I don't want them.
These people also can't tap into Mother Earth. They're being cut off from their well resources. This is what I like to call messages for a rabbit. Service to the animal world here. I feel like if these people were using familiars and all of that has been brought to a halt. All of that. If they were using animals as familiars, even animal trigger warning sacrifices and stuff like that, it's a no. It's a no. It's no more. Like they can't move forward. Their courses, our courses are set clear here. Golf course could be what is it called? Green top golf course could be significant here. Somebody could play golf. So the Gulf could be significant. Gulf shrimp, Gulf of Mexico, Gulf of somewhere is significant. Okay. But with this, somebody could play golf. Yeah, I don't even want to get into that, bro. I don't even want to get into that. Yeah, because you are rare and free. There are not many like you. You are the main character in your life. Period. Who else is going to play the main character in your life better than you? No one. These karmic people, all these, whoever they are, they really thought that they could. They really thought they could, but it's a no. And they're being held back. So you can be thrust, I heard 3 times forward. Okay? Or you could be slung 3 times forward or shot 3 times forward here. Huh? No. Maybe, but I don't know where it is. So you have cavities. It's time for you to go to the dentist then. So we have 6. I'm telling you what I love. 6 of Pentacles, 5 of Wands. As soon as I split the deck here. Do I want to go with this deck? Do I want to go with this deck? 3 of Cups. I'm telling you, the karmics, the third parties here. But this is also something for you to celebrate. Some celebrations worth fighting for that have come around here. And it's like, go ahead and set your course and your intentions high. Okay? Set your sights high with the sun energy here. There was something that was sticking out. Look. Sun energy. Look at that moon. Look at that moon. Look at the Fool card. I told you. I'm telling y'all what I love. Like these karmics out here doing petitions under the moon is right there, baby. Look. Look. Child. Doing petitions under the moon. Look what's at the bottom. Page of Swords. And then watching you to see what happens or if it worked. Child. Ace of Swords. True, baby. Look. Queen of Cups, like it's like you have the power, and you could be masculine in this Queen of Cups energy, okay? And also, this is for some of you, the masculines that have regained your, um, that have gotten in touch with your divine feminine energy here. It's like you're given a chance here, like a not a clean slate, but it's like something is being paved, or space or a roadway is being unblocked or cleared for you to be able to exercise your divine feminine power and energy. Okay, and this is for you divine masculines out there here. But again, freedom, freed from Five of Wands here. People that try to fight you to be the main character in your life, like they want to play your role. Somebody could be an actor, a filmmaker, some type of nah, I ain't finna do it. Listen. They can't do it. They cannot do it. It's just not working, and they're heartbroken. Okay? Why you in that drawer? Five of Wands with the Seven of Pentacles. I'm telling you. These people were too invested in most of your lives anyways here. Okay? Collective, as you come into the chat, if you're going to stick around, peace, blessings, grand rising, rich risings, elevations to everyone. But be sure to hit that like button for your girl. Look, I love what it is that I do. Show your girl some support. At the very least. At the very least, okay? We got some Empress energy with 10 of Cups here. For some of you, for some of you divine masculines, you may be wanting your Empress energy. You may be wanting to the 10 of Cups here. And a lot of y'all masculines, quite a few of y'all can have them crazy karmic exes here that just don't want to let go. They're doing stuff under the moon here. They're trying to throw stuff at you and your new beginning with your Empress energy, your newfound energy with yourself, and you tapping into your divine feminine energy here. And it's like you are given a chance to exercise it, but exercising it in a way where it's conducive for you, but also so you can be a balanced enough individual when you come into connection with your empresses. Because for some of you masculine energies, you're ready for union with your Empress energy, okay? With your divine feminine energy. You're ready for the 10 of Cups here. And the 10 of Cups don't always have to mean an old ball and chain, anchored down and stuff in the marriage. This could just be like a life partner stuff, type of thing, right? That's how I like to consider it, because they make it seem ugly, right? They make it seem ugly, but we seen the Empress, the 10 of Cups, and the Queen of Pentacles. It's like, because your divine feminines have been practicing, and they have been, like, the divine feminines have been exercising, utilizing both masculine and feminine energy, right? And I'm going to be honest, too, with a lot of divine feminines in the energy, too. A lot of us have been required to only be in our masculine energy here because we have lacked a positive masculine structures or masculine energies in our lives, and that's not for everyone. Okay, you could have grown up with a mother and a father in the household, but that doesn't always mean that you had a positive male presence in your life here. So a lot of divine feminines, we have been heavy in our masculine roles here, and this is even saying, like, it's giving us a chance here to step into our divine feminine energy entirely here, because now we have counterparts. We have masculine energies that are also stepping into and embracing their divine femininity as well. So there's going to be a lot of inner over and outer standing here between masculine and feminine roles here, and the roadways are clear here. There may be a little bit of misconception during the time that as we are coming closer to each other, whether it be in a group, a relationship, or any setting, but at least the karmics are held off at bay by Mercury retrograde here, because this spell work just not fucking working. Again, King of Cups, you masculine energies here, okay? Oh, look at y'all masculine energies. King of Cups to the Temperance energy. Page of Wands. Very enthusiastic here about this new. It's like, I'm not gonna say that, because using that whole simp word is still kind of a sensitive word. It makes a lot of people still feel sore here. But over here, we don't consider simps what the world or society considers simps here. Eight of Cups, I'm telling you. We got the Three of Swords in the reverse here. So there's repairing or healing of the heart space here after a lot of things have been illuminated. And again, these karmas can no longer cause further heartbreak with this moon, with the full moon energy. The full moon, it's like it's a trick. It's like it's a trick. It's like they're walking right into a trap here. Okay? And the Eight of Cups. But this is giving you a time to make your grand escape. Why not what, Richard Crocker? The whole simp thing, because when we the way that the world has made that sound, they made it sound so dirty for masculine energies. But listen, the real divine masculines are simps, but not how society sees them. Simps as in being tapped into their divine feminine energy, having a care and respect for themselves, first and foremost, but also for others and also for women. The roles that women play in their lives here, the appreciation of such, and the appreciation of the positive feminine. And this, like I said, for the feminine energies, us, like it's the same that goes for the masculine population, for the divine masculine population, You said rotate.
Does this work?
Because that's the one I had to take that cord out of. Now you can, hold on, you can try one of these.
I need a block.
Oh, you can try that one.
Yeah, is it that hard enough?
Oh my Lord. Caleb, open that window right there.
Which one? This one?
That one. It was a hot one today.
It's hard.
The best lemonade ever.
The best what?
I need to be seen that girl. That girl.
What girl?
She said, the best lemonade ever.
Yep. Investing in yourself here
It's good.
after walking away. Like some of y'all could be walking away from everything, somewhere where you invested heavily in. Some of you could be King of Wands here. You don't have to be fire energies here. This could, again, you standing in your power here. You actually gaining the strength here, okay? Gaining the strength, standing in your power here to walk away, even if it means walking away from a lot of things or things that you may have invested a lot of energy, effort, and time into. But also, it's like realizing that you invested in faulty foundations here, faulty investments here. This could even be about investments, yep, where you had to fight all the time through deception here, where there was always a lot of deceptive moves, impulsiveness here. Like it's like everything that you invested in, for some of you masculine energies, where you invested your most time, your most energy and effort at, it's like having to walk away from that might have been a pain for you at first, but now some of you are seeing that like a treasure here, like a gift here, okay? Because you're realizing wherever you invested in is Seven of Swords, Knight of Swords. Impulsiveness and deception, a lot of fights, a lot of arguing here. Again, your nervous systems have not been able to have calm and peace in the home here. And this could be your body, as in the temple here, or this could be your actual home, or it could be both, okay? And you are wounded, but you made it out alive. It looks like you made it out alive to learn the lessons here, to learn and look back on everything that you've overcome here. Look at all these things you've overcome, masculines and feminines, right? Everything that you've overcome here, okay? You're being given another chance, or some of you are being given a chance here to walk away here from it. It's not going to be as bad as what you think, okay? The moon energy is in the reverse. I feel like some of you know this. At first, some of you could have been like, if I'm getting that car, if I follow you, I could lose everything here. And this don't mean that you're following another person. When you, in this sense, I feel like it's talking about if I follow you, as in self. If you follow you as in self, you could lose everything. But what were you really losing here? Seven of Swords, Knight of Swords, huh? Three of Swords, moon energy. But the Three of Swords and the moon energy is in the reverse here. And then we have Nine of Wands and the Four of Wands here. This is like stabilizing yourself, your mind, body, soul, and spirit, your temple, your body, allowing yourself to walk away, but go towards something that gives you a peace of mind here. Okay. And although you don't quite know exactly what it is, you know it has to be better for Wands than what the hell is Seven of Swords and Knight of Swords is. It has to be better than that, right? And then also you get the blessing here. This is a blessing, this Nine of Wands energy, to look back on everything that you have been through and extract the lessons from that. This builds character, strength, courage, and it also allows you to build boundaries here, because this can mean boundaries, right? With what you will not tolerate anymore. You will not. Some of you are not. And not everyone, but most of you have come to the point where you're not going to tolerate investing wholeheartedly or mainly into something that only yields Seven of Swords, Knight of Swords, Three of Swords here, the Moon energy, sleeping with the enemy, investing in your own demise here. And it's for masculine and feminine here. So there's lessons to be learned here. Like, it's a lot of things that we can take advantage of during this Mercury retrograde, okay? A lot. And mind you, the moon energy is also divine feminine energy as well, right? Aren't they? I mean, that's cool. You know what, L Miles? You probably went through a lot where you got to the point where you don't want to share. And nobody mad at you about that. Like, I really can't say that I blame you. As much as I've given, I'm gonna be stingy with every part of me, with everything that I earn, with all of my keeps, all the fruits of my labor. I'm gonna be stingy with it as much as I have given. So, L Miles, I don't blame you for not wanting to share here. I don't feel like anyone really can. I don't feel like it's a sad, lonely life. I think it's sad because everything that you probably had to go through in order to get to that point here. But you gonna find the silver lining in it. Trust me. There's gonna come a point in time for you, as well as others here that feel just like you, to find the silver lining in here. And I promise, you're gonna look back and you're gonna smile at shit. You're gonna laugh at shit. You're gonna be like, oh, okay. And then you're gonna be proud of yourself. You know? Yeah, they typically are only after the money. That's what it's about, right? Mark of the beast energy, right? I bet you they don't have that money anymore. Two of Cups energy here, okay? Connections, divine union, soul tribe, stuff like that, okay? Two of Cups, Queen of Wands. So we could be talking about two people of power, two people of status here that could be coming together. And this don't have to be two people. This could be you and your person, you and another person here, a life partner, somebody who's like you, somebody who's been through it, been there, done that, got the t-shirt, and now you're coming out of it, and someone has already like also paved the way, and they also have, you know, some tips and shit that they can share with you in order to kind of help make your path a little bit easier here. Especially with all this clearing of energy with this Mercury retrograde. I'm telling y'all, karma is wreaking havoc on these fucking karmics here. We got the Queen of Wands and the King of Cups here. So somebody could be in love with a Queen of Wands here. Child, we got the devil energy. I don't know what that's about. Child. This could have been a Queen of Wands that a King of Cups was in love with. They found out was a devil energy trying to sacrifice them. Or they're seeing this person from a different perspective. Now, when we talk about the Two of Cups, Queen of Wands, we could be talking about somebody that is beautiful, standing in their power. They radiate from the inside out. And somebody could be very, very much so. They see this person in a different light. And they could be very jealous or possessive over this person. Take that as it resonates here. This person could want to know who's communicating with this person here. They want to know what's going on with this person at all times here. This person also could be at a crossroads with the Two of Wands because they want to bring in a romantic offer. But also, like L. Miles just said, he don't share, right? And as I pointed out, there are many reasons why people be hesitant on going towards connections. Like, even if you identify someone as your divine partner or counterpart here, and we feel like, okay, I'm ready for my person, I done been through enough. Your nervous system, bro, I get the jitters, I get anxiety, I get panic attacks when I say I want out of my mouth all the time, but when I actually go to envision that actually happening, I get jittery. My nervous system starts to act up again here because it's just how things have went in my life. And that could be for the both of you in the collective here. Yep. Your nervous system it reminds you of this here. But during this Mercury retrograde, a lot of us may want to focus on healing frequencies, light code transmissions and stuff like that, to heal our vagus nervous system, to reset our nervous system. Okay, that is very important. That is very important for our most optimal energy, the usage of our highest energy, or for our energy to be at its peak. Okay, it is very important to reset our nervous system. Okay, and that's in a spiritual sense. So I'm not a doctor here. You wanted someone to soothe you? I mean, inner and overstood. Okay, totally understand. Okay, we got 10 of Cups here, so that's beautiful energy. Temperance. So this is a lot of y'all ancestors here that have done a lot of the work here. And they're saying, so this is resonating with the message I gave out the other day, where it's like, it's time to take off the spiritual training wheels here, or it's time for the ancestors, your spirit guides, to stop holding the handlebars for you after they taken the training wheels off. It's time for you to trust in your instincts, your intuition here, your discernment here, and moving forward here. Just know that you've gotten to this point, but they've also done the work in the spiritual realm and even trickled down into the physical realm here to remove the karmics, or be able to take advantage of all this big ass energy and hold them at bay with their karma while you move forward, briskly, easily. And that's easier. It sounds easier than what it is. Okay. If you say so. So we got star energy, right? We got star energy, and then the 8 of Wands I seen, and then the Temperance. That's beautiful energy. I could be talking to a group of star seeds here. You may be getting a message or the information here. You may be getting downloads, newly downloads here about your person. Some of you may be receiving telepathic communication, dreams here. Okay. We got the 10 of Wands that came out. The 10 of Wands is coming out between the 3 of Swords in the reverse and the Moon energy. This is not y'all energy. This is the karmic energies. Yep, because they can't burden you, High Priestess, your downloads here. These people, like the people that were interfering and intercepting your divine, intuitive downloads, messages, dreams, stuff like that, they're burdened because they can no longer do that. Look, L Mouse, use your discernment. There's no way that I can answer that because it is contingent upon you and the person. Use your discernment, your intuition. Okay? Because if I say no, that would be invalid and improper because some people do. I guess it just depends. And I really don't know your situation. Okay? Look at the facts. Look at the very intricate details and facts of the question that you're asking, or the person that you're asking the question about. Okay? Matter of fact, as I always like to say, ask yourself questions. Okay? What is bothering you? The question that you have, ask questions pertaining to it. I promise you'll have the answers. I promise you already have the answers. Again, it's my life. Don't you forget. She said, it's funny how I blind myself, but I must commit. You see? Gwen Stefani. Okay. We have the High Priestess energy. Yeah. 5 of Wands. People were fighting and intercepting your messages. They can't do it no more. They can't do it anymore. And if they are intercepting your messages, they're getting scrambled. That's also what I'm getting. Scrambled messages here. Because of course, Mercury retrograde. So if these are people that are stealing your downloads and shit like that, and they go out to the world and they preach them, or they give them out to a group of people, or they pitch ideas as if they are theirs, it's going to be so scrambled. They're going to end up looking like idiots. They're going to end up looking like immature, childish idiots here. The people that are very underlearned here. This is not understudy energy. This is like people who haven't even made it out of elementary of the spiritual realm here. They're going to look real idiotic here because your divine messages for people that have been intercepting them are being scrambled due to Mercury retrograde. And any type of moon magic that they try to do here on you is going to backfire on them. Okay? So that's a beautiful thing. 10 of Swords. Like they're going to fall on their own swords. Every sword that they send out will boomerang back on them here. Okay? I'm telling you, it's causing them a lot of nightmares, mental conflict. They're up all night here. Some of them cannot sleep during this Mercury retrograde here because they're watching you. They are seeing you elevate. They're watching to see if it works, and it's not working, and they're seeing you elevate here. They're seeing you elevate. Tap into your own energy here. And they don't want that. They don't want that. It's like, houseway, this is my life. This is my life. Give me this moon in the reverse with the 8 of Cups. Child. 10 of Cups. I feel like it's no secret to families why most of you are walking away or drawing your boundaries here. That families are the ones that burden you. Didn't I say yesterday and for the past couple of days, every time I pull out a 10 comes out. If y'all look at my lives from last night or earlier yesterday or the day before that or the day before that, every time a 10 comes out, a 10 of the opposite polarity comes out. 10 of Cups, that's a good thing. 10 of Wands, that's the opposite, that's the polar opposite. And it's been coming out. Like this 10-10 be like, shh. That 10-10 been like, hey, endings, closings, endings of cycles here. Okay? Period. And that 10 of Cups came out with the moon in the reverse and the 8 of Cups here. Families know why you're walking away, collective. They know what they've done to burden you here. They know how they trauma dumped on you. They know what all they've done. If you are a King of Wands, Queen of Wands, whatever you are, whatever your sign is in the collective, I don't really focus on signs here. I focus on the energy here. But whatever you are, if you walking away from your family, a family structure, a community, a group here, people you work with, people that you are in partnership with, they are very well aware of why. Because in this 10 of Cups here, all you experienced was 10 of Wands. All you experienced was Knight of Swords. All you experienced was 7 of Swords here. And this is with you, and you invested 7 of Pentacles. If this is 10 Pentacles, you invested 7 Pentacles of that 10 here. You invested the most here. And that can be in support, in money, in love, in taking care of people, and being a good person, a listening ear, helping people out. And all they did in exchange was give you 10 of Wands here. And if this is a family structure, whether this be a wife and kids, whether this be a husband and children, whether this be your whole family as an entirety here, or whatever you consider family, they fucked. And they know why. They know why you're walking away. They know why you said fuck everything and you walked away. Because a lot of us had gotten to that point where we had to literally leave everything behind. But I don't feel like it's the worst. That was the one thing that was holding us back. Some of you have learned the art of detachment here. Okay? Yeah, we got the Page of Swords that came right back out. The Page of Swords, the 8 of Cups, 7 of Pentacles, and they got to watch you walk away. They got to watch you walk away from the 10 of Wands into a 10 of Cups. And that's for some of you. And they're under judgment. They know that when you do that, they're under complete and full judgment here. They no longer have your protection. Okay? They're under judgment for the toxicity here. What they did wicked towards you here. What they thought would always stay under the moon. The moon is now in reverse. And not only that, you heal from it. This is not just fully healing with the 3 of Swords in the reverse. This is letting go or accepting. Accepting, I'm telling you, it do a lot of healing more than what people realize here. When you accept that people are wicked here, they are just ugly, heinous, wicked people on the inside. They are ugly spirited people. And you see them going through karma, you know it's because they're under judgment for what they have done to you. Whether you know it in its full extent, none at all, or some. Okay? They're under judgment here. And they know, seeing you walk away, they know it's over. They know it's judgment here. They got to pay the piper also. Keep your prayers up, Adrian. I don't know if you do spiritual baths. You know, you get barefoot in the grass. stare in the moon energy, bro. I'm telling you, it's the simplistic of things, baby. God, the way God give us such simple remedies for everything in life, people be like, that shit don't work, and then it do work. It do work. Definitely, L Mouse. He do need to leave that cult if he still is in it here. A lot of the times when you in cults, you suffer from Stockholm syndrome here. You know? You suffer from Stockholm syndrome. They get you to a point where they feel like that they are the only providers for you, and nothing outside of them will work for you or be good for you here. That everything outside of them is going to be pure destruction. But that's a fear tactic here. You know? Yeah, them scientists. I done picked up on that mad scientist energy here. Alaska, to be exact. At every angle, Adrian, improvise. Just stay safe. Just stay safe. As safe as you can. Every step you take, every breath you take. I'm not trying to sound like Faith Evans, for real. But make sure you stay safe. And anytime that you have a chance to think of exits, don't take that. Don't just take that. Improvise. Look at all of your options. Because I don't really know what type of real advice to give you without feeling like I may jeopardize your safety here. And I want you to be as safe as you can possibly be. Yeah. Just stay safe, Adrian. Okay? Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. I don't know how to say your name, but no, Brazzy, you're welcome. I don't like to hear that. But I don't know, like I'm not a, you know, I wish that I had all the solutions to give everybody to on what to do here, but for the most part, first and foremost, I want y'all to stay safe, okay? I know it sounds cheesy and cliche, but Adrian, God always make a way. And I don't know if that's your faith, if that's your belief here. You may believe in something else here. It's never too late to seek alternatives. Over here we do, Adrian. So thank you for sharing that bit of information. So I'm gonna just pray for your safety, okay? For your safe exit, if there is a safe one, the safest one. If not, your safety while you're in that until you can have an exit plan, okay? I know, Adrian, I know it'd be like when they gonna come get them, when they gonna take them to jail, when are they gonna lock them up, like when. I feel you on that. Hmm. L Miles by the 24-year-old that wants your money. Yeah. Those cameras, how they tap into them and everything, like, man. It don't always look like what people think it looks like, right? Let's pray for righteous and divine justice at this time and judgment to be served on all of your abusers and attackers. Trigger warning to anyone in the collective. Mm. Yeah, L Mouse. Believable. Oh, I don't just equate it to one group though, or Caucasian men or anything. It's you can never be too sure. Hmm. Mm-hmm. I know that's crazy because I went and kind of invested in some here, little bitty tiny things that look like buttons, little bitty tiny things that look like screws. Like it's crazy. So we got the King of Pentacles here and the Seven of Wands. For some of some of you were being held captive here, and they don't always look like it's a trigger warning, right? I'm gonna give extreme caution and trigger warning moving forward from this point here, okay? Based off of what a couple of people in the chat just said here, Adrian and El Mouse, but also based on this energy that I'm pulling on, right? Some people, captivity don't always look like what people think it looks like. Trafficking don't always look like what people think it looks like here. They put out this false media, this propaganda to make you think that it looks like this. But it could be, you could be in a family here that you were adopted in. You don't know, like the message I put on last night. You don't know you're adopted here. You're in a family where you're adopted, whoever you originally are and stuff. You have money, or you could come from a family here where you have trust and they hold you in that family. They hold that trust, that inheritance over your head, and they say, well, if you don't do what we say and if you walk away, we'll disinherit you, and stuff like that here. And they have groomed you to grow up and depend solely on their money, their wealth, and that inheritance, or you getting that inheritance by a certain time, that you get Stockholm syndrome. You become brainwashed to believe that everything that they provide for you, if you walk away, you will have nowhere to go. You will be provided with nothing. You will be you just gonna be asked out, right? And it's just kind of like sometimes and this is not for everybody. Sometimes we have to take our chances. And I'm not telling anybody, if you are in an endangered situation, don't take your chances. Be as safe and stay as safe as you possibly can. Okay? So we got Two of Swords. Blocked communication. I cannot make it up from the karmics here. From karmic people, from the third parties here, or they're blocked from participating in your celebrations that you have coming here. Okay? Because you did the inner work here. The Ten of Pentacles. Child. King of Pentacles. Somebody definitely could have been holding money over somebody's head. A third party, a Three of Cups situation here. Somebody could have multiple women, multiple wives for some of you here. that could have been holding money over your head, or some of you could be women that you're in poly relationships, and masculine energy is holding money over your head. Maybe the poly situation is not what that person had it cracked up to be here. Maybe you want out, and they're holding that money over your head here. They provided everything for you. And this is why I'm not trying to be mean, masculine or feminine. This is why it's so fucking important to be independent here, because we should never, and everybody's circumstance is not the same. So L Miles, Adrian, I'm not talking to y'all, okay? Y'all circumstances are different. Everybody's may be a little different here. But for the people who go into these poly relationships and connections where you agree to be the mistress, the side piece, the second wife, the third wife, the baby mama, the chick on the side, you know what I'm saying? The ride or die chick, knowing that people have, somebody has a family and a person and other options, and you do this for the bag, for the purse, for the nice cute little gifts and stuff, the car note or a car, or somebody bought you a house, or they paid for a house, or they paid the mortgage on there. What independence do you have in the event that person decides to flip on you and come to you and say, hey, you know what? I want you to get on the streets and sell yourself. I want you to do rituals here. I want you to do schmeck rituals, or come and attend orgies, and all that goes against whatever it is that you are. Where are you left when you are faced with somebody like that who flips the script, and you are depending solely on their finances and their money? Where does that leave you? And this is why I thrive on independence, baby. I eat it, I live it, I sleep it, all those other things, bathe in it here. And it's not because I think I'm better than anyone, or I don't need a man, because I definitely need a man, and want a valuable, high honorable, high valiant, God-fearing man, healing man, right? But it's not because of none of that. It's because I don't like being put in positions where I have to depend on people. It's too risky. It's too risky for me. And most of you have found it to be such the same way here. Depending on your spouse here in karmic partnerships and relationships here, to be the sole breadwinner, and it's cute and everything, to be a stay-at-home wife until that person gets hurt or that person decides to leave you. Then what will you do here? Okay? God didn't make for us to just be stay-at-home wives or sit-at-home husbands, or, you know what I'm saying, for one person to be the breadwinner or one person to have the everything. God planned on us to be in divine partnerships, unions, and soul tribes where we all contribute equally, and with or without the contribution of another, we still good. And they don't go for everyone in the collective here. That just goes for the people out there that I'm trying to help get out of the frame of mind. Like, it's not a fucking flex anymore. Like, if you got a sugar daddy and they all for it and they don't, that's cool. But if you are depending solely on that, I fear that for those of you that are in that energy, I fear that's only going to end one tragic type of way. I can't do it. Because best believe, look at the Three of Cups. Best believe, whenever I have found myself in a little bit of a rut, in a sticky situation, me reaching out to people, they performed humiliation rituals on me. They made sure that the whole entire family knew that I was calling and asking to borrow $100. They knew that Shay was a little broke. She don't have this. She don't have enough gas money to make it to work, back and forth to work for the rest of the week until she get paid. They knew that Shay was behind on the bill and stuff like that. They knew. They made sure that I got lectured like I was a small infantile, little imbecilic ass kid every single time I asked for bare minimum of help. And I don't like it. I ain't never liked it. So I've always learned to stand on my own 2 feet here. Okay. And then I encounter people that be like, she thinks she better than us. She thinks she too good. She thinks that she's so. You're like, no, you just don't know. You just don't know. I done worked hard to be the main character and to retain that role, to take that role back as the main character in my life here. Okay. And I'm not letting people have power over me because they dangle a couple of dollars over my freaking head. Masculine or feminines, right? L mouths. In that way, we are all the same. You feel me? Our situations may be a little different. They may not all be the same here, but in that sense, we are all the same here. Okay? Learning to depend solely on ourselves first, and that's in any manner, right? And whoever we get with, we add to them, they add to us. If we decide to split ways, neither person will be left in lack. That's the plan. That's always been the plan. That's always been God's plan for us. You know? L Mouse. I don't know if you caught the live earlier, but one thing I said was what good does it do for a man to gain the world and lose his soul? And then there's other verses in the Bible that talks about material things and things of the material and physical realm here. You know, not being envious or wanting what another man has or their riches, because don't know what that person did to obtain those things, right? You know. So we got the Seven of Pentacles and the King of Wands with this Page of Swords. I feel like with this King of Wands, if you are King of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles, the Page of Swords is coming after the Eight of Cups here and the Ten of Cups. So it's like, damn, you walking away. It's like you watching everything you worked hard for and invested in go down the drain here. Okay, because you realize it was built on faulty foundation anyways from the beginning here. Whatever you thought you can make something out of here, it takes two to tango. It takes multiple people to tango. If this is a business, a partnership, a relationship, a marriage, or anything like that, you can't be the only person investing. Okay? We can't be the only ones investing here. Where does that leave us? Also, what does it do to the person that's codependent on us that we enable